Hello and welcome back to the earnings breakdown. Today we are looking at Mphasis Limited, a major player in the IT solutions space, specializing in cloud and cognitive services. They've been quite active with acquisitions recently too.
That's right. Mphasis positions itself as the driver in the driverless car for global enterprises, focusing on next-gen tech solutions. They work across various industries and have subsidiaries like Mphasis Corporation, Mphasis Consulting Limited, and others acquired over the past few years like EBEC's, Sonic, and Core.ai's professional services business.
And they've just released their audited financial results for the fourth quarter and the full financial year ended March 31st, 2025. These results were approved by the board on April 24, 2025. We'll be looking at both the consolidated and standalone figures today.
Correct. Let's dive into the consolidated numbers first. For the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2025, revenue from operations came in at approximately 3,710 crore rupees. That's up 8.7% compared to the same quarter last year, which was 3,412 crore rupees. Sequentially, compared to Q3 FY25, revenue grew 4.2%.
An upward trend in revenue, both year-over-year and quarter-over-quarter for Q4. How did that translate to profits on the consolidated side?
Profit before tax or PBT for Q4 FY 2025 stood at 591.1 crore rupees, a solid 13.2% increase year-over-year from 522.3 crore rupees. Quarter-over-quarter, PBT also rose by 3.9%. The profit after tax or PAT followed suit, coming in at 446.5 crore rupees for the quarter. That's up 13.5% year-over-year from 393.2 crore rupees and up 4.4% from the previous quarter.
Okay, so decent growth across the board for Q4 consolidated. What about the full financial year 2025?
For the full year FY 2025, consolidated revenue was 14,230 crore rupees, up 7.2% from 13,278.5 crore rupees in FY 2024. PBT for the year was 2,260 crore rupees, a 9.3% increase year-over-year. And PAT grew 9.5% to reach 1,702.1 crore rupees for FY 2025 compared to 1,554.8 crore rupees last year.
So consistent growth for the full year as well on the consolidated front. What about the earnings per share, the EPS?
Consolidated basic EPS for Q4 FY 2025 was 23.51 rupees, up 12.9% year-over-year from 20.82 rupees. For the full year FY 2025, the basic EPS climbed to 89.87 rupees, a nice 9% increase from 82.42 rupees in FY 24.
Got it. Now let's switch gears to the standalone results. How did the parent company perform on its own in Q4 and FY 25?
The standalone picture is a bit different. For Q4 FY 2025, standalone revenue from operations was actually slightly down by 0.3% year-over-year at 2,248.3 crore rupees compared to 2,255.3 crore rupees in Q4 FY 2024. Sequentially, it was down 4.3% from Q3 FY 2025.
A dip in standalone revenue for the quarter. What about standalone profits?
Interestingly, standalone PBT for Q4 FY 2025 saw a small increase of 1% year-over-year to 453.1 crore rupees. However, the standalone PAT showed a significant jump of 23.8% year-over-year, reaching 369.2 crore rupees compared to 298.3 crore rupees in Q4 FY 2024. This large jump in PAT, despite flat PBT, suggests a lower tax outgo, possibly due to the company adopting the new tax regime under Section 115BAA from April 1, 2024, as mentioned in the notes.
The tax change makes sense. And for the full year FY 25 on a standalone basis?
For the full year FY 2025, standalone revenue grew modestly by 1.9% to 9,271 crore rupees. Standalone PBT was slightly down by 1.4% year-over-year at 2,010.4 crore rupees. However, mirroring the quarterly trend, standalone PAT for the full year was up 6% to 1,532.5 crore rupees, likely benefiting again from the lower tax rate compared to FY 2024.
So the consolidated results show clear growth driven by subsidiaries and acquisitions, while the standalone entity saw flatter revenue but improved net profit thanks to tax efficiencies. Let's talk profitability margins. The presentation mentioned the consolidated operating margin.
Yes, the consolidated operating margin, which Mphasis reports as EBIT margin, was stable at 15.3% for both Q4 FY 2025 and the full year FY 2025. This is slightly up from 15.1% in FY 2024, indicating good cost management and operational efficiency at the group level. On the standalone side, the PAT margin for FY 2025 improved to about 16.5% from 15.9% in FY 2024, again reflecting the tax benefit.
Were there any significant one-off exceptional items impacting either the consolidated or standalone results?
Looking through the profit and loss statements for both consolidated and standalone results, there are no line items designated as exceptional items for the quarter or the full year. This suggests the reported profits are largely from regular business operations, making the year-over-year comparisons fairly clean from that perspective.
Good to know. Can we glean anything from the balance sheet highlights, maybe comparing consolidated and standalone structures?
On the consolidated balance sheet, as of March 31st, 2025, total equity stands strong at 9,628 crore rupees, up from 8,794 crore rupees last year. A key asset to note is goodwill, which is substantial at 4,290 crore rupees, reflecting the series of acquisitions Mphasis has made. Total assets are 14,906 crore rupees. Comparatively, the standalone balance sheet shows total equity of 6,299 crore rupees and total assets of 8,246 crore rupees. The difference highlights the significant contribution of subsidiaries to the overall group structure, especially in terms of assets and goodwill generated from acquisitions.
What about cash flows and shareholder returns? Any dividends announced?
The consolidated cash flow statement shows healthy cash generation. Net cash generated from operating activities for FY 2025 was around 1,905 crore rupees, slightly lower than the previous year's 2,180 crore rupees, but still strong. The investor presentation highlighted that operating cash flow over PAT was greater than 100%. Investing activities saw significant outflow, mainly related to purchase and sale of investments and payments for business acquisitions, amounting to 280 crore rupees net. Financing activities included repayment of borrowings, interest payments, and importantly dividend payments of over 1,040 crore rupees during FY 2025. And speaking of dividends, the board has recommended a final dividend of 57 rupees per equity share for FY 2025, subject to shareholder approval.
57 rupees per share, that's a notable dividend. Now let's break down the performance by business segments based on the consolidated results. How did the different verticals perform in FY 2025?
Okay, looking at the consolidated segment results for FY 2025 compared to FY 2024, Banking and Financial Services or BFS remains the largest segment. Its revenue grew 8.9% year-over-year to 6,909 crore rupees, and its segment profit before tax and interest grew even faster at 15.9% to 1,889 crore rupees. So strong performance there.
BFS leading the charge. What about the others?
Technology, Media and Telecom or TMT also showed good growth. Revenue was up 12.4% to 2,394 crore rupees, although its segment profit dipped slightly by 3.3% to 556 crore rupees. Insurance had a strong year too, with revenue up 11.4% to 1,623 crore rupees and segment profit surging 27.1% to 515 crore rupees.
So BFS, TMT and insurance were the growth drivers. Any segments lagging?
Yes, the logistics and transportation segment saw revenue decline by 3.1% to 1,772 crore rupees, though its profit was up 6.1%. The others category also saw a revenue dip of 3.2% and a profit decline of 9.5%. So a bit of a mixed bag, but the key BFS, TMT and insurance segments performed well overall, driving the consolidated growth. The presentation also highlighted that BFS and TMT led growth in Q4 specifically.
That detailed segment view is helpful. So summarizing the overall performance for FY 25?
Mphasis delivered a solid performance in FY25 at the consolidated level, with revenue up over 7% and PAT up 9.5%, hitting record annual EPS. Q4 showed the highest quarter-over-quarter growth in 12 quarters. This was driven by strong TCV wins, $390 million in Q4, the highest in 7 quarters, bringing the full-year TCV to $1.27 billion. The deal pipeline is also at a record high, up 86% year-over-year, with a significant 65% being AI-led, according to their presentation. Standalone performance was more subdued on the revenue front, but saw good PAT growth due to tax efficiencies.
The focus on AI seems prominent. What about significant notes or events mentioned in the reports? You mentioned the tax change. Anything else?
Yes, the notes detail several acquisitions. While Core.ai, Ebex, Sonic, and Mrold were integrated earlier, FY25 saw further activity. In Q3, they completed the Mrald BVA with Ardona. Then in Q4 FY25, they acquired the cybersecurity business of EDZ Systems and the software testing business of TSQs Inc., both focused on servicing strategic customers. These bolt-on acquisitions, along with the larger ones, are clearly part of their strategy to enhance capabilities and drive growth, contributing to the stronger consolidated performance compared to standalone. The dividend recommendation of 57 rupees is also a key event for shareholders.
Okay, acquisitions and dividends noted. Crucially, what did the auditors BSR and Company LLP say in their reports for both standalone and consolidated results? Any red flags?
That's always a critical check. I've reviewed both the independent auditor's report on the standalone annual financial results and the one on the consolidated annual financial results, both issued by BSR and Company LLP. For both sets of results for the year ended March 31, 2025, the auditors have issued an unmodified opinion.
Unmodified opinion for both? That's good news. Means the auditors found the financial statements to be presented fairly, in all material respects, in accordance with the applicable accounting standards.
Exactly. No qualifications, no adverse opinions, no emphasis of matter paragraphs drawing attention to specific uncertainties beyond the norm. It suggests a clean bill of health from the auditor's perspective for both the parent company and the group as a whole for FY25.
Excellent. So considering the performance, the AI focus, the acquisitions, and the clean audit reports, what's the outlook presented by the company?
The investor presentation indicates a focus on executing on the micro in an uncertain macro. They plan to continue investing in growth initiatives, particularly strengthening their AI-led propositions. The focus is on converting the record pipeline into TCV and then revenue. They expect to grow above the industry average, banking on strong TCV wins and steady conversion. For profitability, they are targeting an operating EBIT margin within the band of 14.75% to 15.75%. So cautiously optimistic, focusing on execution and AI while acknowledging the broader economic uncertainty. As always, investors should do their own due diligence and consult with certified financial advisors before making any investment decisions.
Right. So wrapping up our analysis of Mphasis' Q4 and FY 2025 results, a strong quarter with record growth metrics, solid full-year consolidated performance driven by key segments like BFS, TMT, and insurance, and boosted by acquisitions. Standalone results showed resilience with improved PAT margins due to tax changes. Key highlights include record TCV and pipeline, a strong focus on AI, a healthy dividend recommendation, and importantly, clean, unmodified audit reports for both standalone and consolidated financials.
Precisely. Mphasis seems to be navigating the current environment well, leveraging strategic acquisitions and focusing on high-growth areas like AI. While macro uncertainty remains a factor, the strong execution, robust pipeline, and stable margin outlook provide a positive trajectory heading into FY26.
A comprehensive look indeed. Thanks for breaking that down for us, and thanks to our listeners for tuning in.
Our pleasure. Until next time.